Okay, so I just want to explain one more thing here about the situation that happened last night because I was thinking about it, and and every time I try to just do the right thing and I try to comply, and you think you need to, well, you have people outside with guns and stuff, and you're just like, here you are just helping a friend, like, I mean, they had no right, they had no warrant. And every time I try to think I'm going to get somewhere and try to be friendly with the police, they do something that you can't, you can't trust them. So every time I'm thinking, um, it doesn't, like, there's just no talking to the police. Okay. There's just no talking to them. They do not care anymore. They had no warrant. Okay, so let me just make because I was thinking about this and I'm like, no, that was just completely out of line last night. Okay, completely out of line. And they had me handcuffed and put in the back of the car. That's the other part that I didn't say. They had me as if I'm somehow doing something wrong being in this house. Okay, his sisters, Sarah and Lisa Turnholm, are not on any names of this house. It is his mother and father. I'm not gonna show the address, but okay, so as John was paying the bills, that's his name. That's my friend's name. The bills were in Nancy and Tom's name. They are not in his sister's names. Okay, they're okay. His sisters, Sarah and Lisa, are the one that did this welfare check. John does not want to talk to his sisters. It's a very nasty family battle. They are nasty and they're being nasty to him. And they have been nasty to him practically his whole life. Okay, so he doesn't, and they're not his mother. So why does he have to tell you or anybody where he is? And this is what he's had to deal with his whole life with this dysfunctional family. They're super controlling, and then the police on top of it, they go ahead, they come in and act like John has to tell his he's 60 years old. He doesn't have to tell his sisters anywhere. He doesn't have to tell the police anything about where he is. And neither do I. We don't have to talk to you. Where's your warrant? Okay, this is not okay, what happened. And they had me handcuffed and put in the back of the squad car. I was attempting to try to just be nice. Well, what else can you do? You got people outside with guns, okay? And every time I try to just attempt to be somewhat pleasant or polite with the police, it lasts for, like, it doesn't last. They always end up doing something nasty. They just cannot be trusted anymore at all. Okay? They just can't be trusted. And so John doesn't want to talk to his family. That's why he hasn't called. So maybe the police, and you didn't have a warrant, and his sisters have nothing is in their name over here. It's in John's name, and you had no right to do what you did. And so I'm very angry about what happened, and this should never happen to anybody, let alone a veteran that's already been through as much as I have. And so I wanted to clarify this. This is not okay. John does not want to talk to his family, and he shouldn't have to tell the police or his family anything. If he hasn't been able to leave. He's been a full-time caregiver for 5 years. He wanted a break, and it doesn't matter where he is. It's none of anybody's business. I showed the police the email that he sent just a couple days ago, and that should have been all you need, and plus it's not my responsibility to make sure he's okay. He told me that he had to go check on some things, and he's been in contact by email. He doesn't have a cell phone. That's not my fault. And it's not my responsibility to track him down. He's a 60-year-old man. And it's not your responsibility as police officers to track down somebody that just needs a break from his crazy family and from being a caregiver full time. You are psycho. You are totally psycho. You are totally out of line. And his sisters were completely out of line. This is the second welfare check they've done. And the first time it was an unmarked sheriff. And they came in here and they didn't even ask him any questions. Instead, they went walking through the full house. And we're pretty sure they put we're pretty sure they put cameras like bugs in the first time, because everything we were talking about since then, it seems like everybody was listening to every word. So we know there's a bug in here somewhere. And then I think they just put more bugs in when they walked through last night. So I had to get on the phone with 911 last night, and I said, you know, I've already given them, so I was talking to them outside the window, and I said, well, here's his number, but all I know is that he was going and having to check on his property. I shouldn't have to tell you anything more than this. You know, his sisters are not on the name of the property here. Okay, it's not. I just showed you the mail. It's in his mother and father's name and John's name. Okay, so nobody has any right to harass me. Okay, and nobody has. His sisters don't have any say. And there's a whole family history here of very, very crazy things that have happened. We have, we have a community here of high level witchcraft. You know, it's like, it's a really bad situation here. Okay, I wanted to explain more because I was talking to some people and they're like, that is crazy because they didn't have a warrant. You shouldn't have to tell anybody where you are when you're a 60-year-old person. It's not like he's a 15-year-old. He's a 60-year-old man. So police officers, you need to grow up and wake up.